begins with darkness, the feeling that life is just one long, hard grind and the world is a cruel, unforgiving place. You wake up, face the void, and question the point of it all. And then you start to realize that you're not alone in this feeling. There are others who have been here before, who have faced the same struggles and doubts. In fact, some of the most brilliant minds in history have grappled with these same questions. In ancient Greece, a group of philosophers emerged who were determined to find a way to overcome life's challenges. They called it Stoicism, which means literally the art of being a boss, or in some translations, the art of not losing your cool when life gets crazy. Now, to begin with, there were these guys called the Stoics, and they mostly sat around asking stuff like, how do I deal with anxiety? How do I find inner peace? How do I not punch my boss in the face? And that was fine, but everything really got going when this guy turned up called Epictetus. Epictetus had a pretty wild life. He was a slave, but he didn't let that define him. Instead, he saw every situation as an opportunity to practice his values and live in accordance with his principles. He said, a podium and a prison is each a place, one high and the other low, but in either place, your freedom of choice can be maintained if you wish. In other words, Epictetus believed that true freedom isn't about your external circumstances, but about how you choose to respond to them. He noticed that the people around him, even the powerful ones, were often slaves to their own desires and fears. They were like, oh no, I've got to get that promotion, or I'll never be happy. Or, I've got to impress this person, or I'll never be valued. Meanwhile, Epictetus was all, I'm good. I've got my values, my sense of self, and my opinions. I'm free, no matter what. He educated himself, learned from the great Musonius Rufus, and eventually won his freedom. But more importantly, he learned to live a life that was true to himself, regardless of his circumstances. Epictetus had this great line, circumstances don't make the man, they only reveal him to himself. What does that even mean? Well, think about it like this. Life is like a big, messy play. You're an actor on stage and you don't get to choose the script or the other actors, but you do get to choose how you play your role. The Stoics were all about this idea of being actors in a play. You can't control the director or the audience, but you can control how you deliver your lines and how you move on stage. It's not about being a control freak or trying to manipulate the situation. It's just about being intentional and doing your best with what you've got. And yeah, there's a lot of stuff that's outside of your control. But here's the thing. You've got way more control than you think. You can't control the wind, but you can learn to sail. You can't control the waves, but you can learn to surf. It's all about finding ways to work with what you've got rather than trying to fight against it. And as they say, life is 10% what happens to you and 90% how you react to it.